Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron Interactive Hulk Buster. From the new line of Titan Hero Tech, not only do you get a really large Hulkbuster Iron Man, but he also interacts with other Titan Hero figures. He speaks in English, luckily indicated down below, and also it includes three AA batteries. They are demo batteries only, so you know when you get this guy out of packaging, if the batteries don't last very long, it's only because they have demo batteries included. But it interacts with all Titan Hero Tech Avengers. He has a light up feature and also speech, but I'll show you guys that when we get this opened up. It also features a jackhammer punch. I think what really gravitated me towards this was just the sheer size of it. As obviously we get more Avengers toys leading up to the Age of Ultron being released. I think one of the big hits for toy lines in general will probably be, you know, a Hulkbuster Iron Man. We spin around the side of the box. Some of the examples, for example, Tony, we've got to stop Ultron. Cap, I'm your one machine army. Interacts, of course, with other Avengers. On the back, team up with the Hulkbuster. When interactive Hulkbuster is near Titan Hero Tech Avengers figures, he recognizes and reacts to each one. Assemble the Avengers to battle their ultimate enemy, Ultron, each sold separately. I think there was also a Titan Hero Hulk, and surprisingly he's not featured on the back here. Tony, we got a sub Ultron. Thor, you've got the power, I've got the tech. Iron Man, look out. Jarvis, I need more power, and they all kind of interact with one another. I also like too that they're a good scale from one another. I mean, Titan Hulkbuster Iron Man should be a lot taller than, say, the likes of Thor. Thor's taller than Iron Man, so it all kind of works well together. To check out more, you can go to www.hasbro.com/Avengers if you want to see more pieces that the folks over at Hasbro are producing. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron Interactive Hulk Buster. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. The sheer draw to this piece has got to probably be the size of anything else. This piece is huge. And apparently Iron Man thought I was talking to him. But I mean, he is a really large looking piece. I guess the unfortunate aspect to it is he is extremely light. There's really not much to him. When you pick him up, he feels extremely light. He also doesn't have much in the way of articulation. I guess really the articulation for the piece itself really is only in the arms. The arms do rotate all the way around. And he does also have a rotation in the wrists. This wrist doesn't rotate, and I'll show you guys why in a second. And also his head does rotate. So that's really it. You're not getting a whole heck of a lot. The trade-off, though, is, again, something that the kids are really going to enjoy picking up because he's just so incredibly big. Paint on him is pretty good, too. He's got this kind of glittery, I don't know if the camera's picking it up properly, but he's got this kind of glittery red plastic coloring to him. It's not just a straight-out red. The battery compartment is located on the back, and as Spotted indicated, he does have demo batteries, so when you find that the figure is starting to slow down, it's probably because it's time that you have to change the batteries. Before we get to the lights and sounds, as you've already kind of seen some of it, I really want to point out this hand. I initially, boy was I ever wrong, I thought this hand here, he's got like a little button on the top. You see this button right here that's sticking up right by his bicep? I thought when you press this button, his wrist would start here, and it would go way over here to the end of the room. And it actually doesn't do that. This is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen on a toy, at least from a punching, firing action in the hand. When you press the button, it doesn't fire the hand, it actually does a punching motion. Watch as I press the button here. Now you're like, well, geez, wow, Oh boy, way to go, Spot. That looks incredibly impressive. But when you press it enough, you got some really cool action going on there. And you can actually build up a pretty good speed on that fist. So that's really cool. This one doesn't have it. It's really only on the one arm that does that. There's the bottom of his legs as well. Some paint, some gray plastic on the undersides of his feet. He's really a neat looking piece. Limited, yes. Light. Yeah, he's extremely light. I mean, I'm exerting no effort at all to pick this guy up. But again, like the draw is the lights, the sound, and the fists. So when it comes to the lights and sounds, now granted, if you had another Titan Hero figure, let's say here, or here, or here, he would interact with those. I don't have any other interactive heroes, and I don't think the store had other interactive heroes other than Hulkbuster Iron Man. So, to activate him on his own, there's a little lever right on the bottom here, this little gray plastic. See, there's a little lip right there. Right there. You press it.
Avengers, assemble!
And it...
Bruce, it's time to calm down.
This lights up red. And it does a series of different speeches as well as different sound effects. Now, when I took this out of packaging, I was going to say this, yeah, this does trigger it, but you know what? I don't think it's so much as the fact that I'm pressing this. I think it's just because it's making sound. If you make enough sound, it doesn't do it. But I was going to say, if you make enough sound or motion, it seems to trigger other things on Iron Man, and that's when you get other lights and sounds. This arrow I will likely also take off. That's not really part of his armor. I don't think Tony has an arrow that basically says, here, Hulk, punch me right there. This is just something that when you take it out of the packaging, it tells you, okay, I have to take that off. But that's where the sounds and lights will light up. It's a fun-looking piece. The interactive aspects of it is something I really do like. I wish he had more articulation because really, I feel like...
Repulsor blast!
As you can see, triggered by my sounds here, I feel like his electronics are really only here. It's only really about this section right here that you get lights and sounds. I don't believe there's any sort of mechanics in, like, wires in the legs themselves. So really, they could have given him articulated legs. I guess they wanted to keep the cost down of him. But still, like, this figure, this piece is about $40. I think when I picked him up, he was about $40. So for $40, lights and sounds are cool. Would have appreciated also a little bit of leg articulation as well. As it goes for pieces, he's pretty cool. I like the lights and sounds. I love the fist punching action. I'll probably do that quite a bit more often. And yeah, he's just a really good, big, bulky piece. Also, too, he's one of the largest pieces. I don't think we're going to get much larger in the way of Hulkbuster Iron Man. So, of course, there's going to be the Hot Toys Hulkbuster Iron Man, but something a little more scaled down that a kid could take around with him. I think this is a surefire win for 2015. Today's Toy Spot, we were looking at the Avengers Age of Ultron Titan Hero Tech.
Let's armor up!
Thank you. Thank you. The Titan Hero Tech Interactive Hulkbuster Iron Man. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more videos heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. Thanks for watching, as you always do, guys. I'll see you next time.